We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your dick's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What is going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2024, and this is episode number 667 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez.
I thought you were good.
Nailed
Lord
it.
Doctor.
I don't know why I was going to be a doctor all of a sudden.
Dot.
I haven't gotten my my honorary doctorate yet, so okay, I can't.
I want to get an
can't claim that
honorary
yet.
doctorate
Why not?
in doctors.
You know what?
New plan for tonight. Lee becomes a doctor.
Well,
All right.
they don't just give them away. Some of them are very expensive. Don't think I haven't looked
No,
into
that can't be true.
Yeah, I
That
don't know
can't
about
be
that.
true.
Lee,
Hey
have you
guys,
heard of
we're doing a
Dr. Oz?
GoFundMe for Lee to become a doctor.
Yeah, but not like an MD.
Fucking
What
let
if
me
you were
just
a
say,
veterinarian?
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure you can do that with just a little bit of practice.
Yeah, it's fine. I can definitely, based upon what we learned this past year, I could definitely be a vet, no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem. I too wish he hadn't missed Kyle Gass. Fucking A right. What's up, Jason Nice?
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Oh my God. What's up, Jose?
Just chilling.
Kelly Harris is here. Hey, Kelly.
Homie, I'm still at work. I can't be ripping my D.
And good buddy Mahoney. Hey, Mahoney.
Kelly, we all know you're ripping the D at work. Come on.
Could never rip the D at work.
Right into the loading dock.
Come on.
So
Those
unsexy.
Tuesdays when the doors open.
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys remember, in school they would talk a lot about the Roaring '20s, about how oh, it's fucking, Great Gatsby and shit. It was all a party, and then the Depression came and fucked it all up. If the 1920s were the Roaring '20s, I've determined that the 2020s are the Screaming '20s, because holy shit, it has been something for the past 4 years and change.
Just like,
Fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
ah!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the fucking Screaming '20s. We
Just
get
like-
to live through it.
Just like the
Jesus
past
fuck.
4 days have been too much. Too much to handle.
It's been that way for years. It's been too much. Fucking wild.
It is pretty cool that we are here to have a conversation after Donald Trump's first failed assassination attempt. We look forward to many more in the future.
I mean, here's hoping, right?
That fucking Melvin fucked it up so bad.
Could have been a national hero.
just I love all these suddenly these same motherfuckers that are shooting photos of their opponents with fucking machine guns in their campaign ads. You're like, don't play for violence. Like, they're acting like this wasn't completely inevitable.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
What could
Yeah.
possibly
Utterly inevitable.
be this kid's motive? What could possibly... Federal authorities are confused. What could this kid's motive have possibly been?
And like I
Guess
said,
we'll never
could
know.
he read? If he could read, I think we know. Fuck, dude.
And it's
Oh,
like,
what a time.
but he's registered Republican. He had Trump signs in his yard. He wore a Trump shirt. And it's like, you know what? At this point, they have as much reason to fucking pop one in his head as we do.
Yeah,
Or-
because that whole incel contingent that's like, oh yeah, he said we can do all this crazy shit, and he only did like some of the crazy shit. So, he got to go. Like, fucking wild.
And don't forget that he
The thing
probably was just put up to it and by someone in the party who was like, look at this little idiot. He's going to miss, and it's going to be great.
Okay.
My
Chance
God.
of that as well.
I do have a theory. Mahoney, you first, though.
What I was going to say is, I find it absolutely bonkers. Putting aside the whole, here's what we know. There was a cop who climbed up to that rooftop and saw the shooter on the rooftop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that point, you don't really know. Is he trying to assassinate Trump? Is he just going to unload that AR-15 on that crowd? You have no
Right.
idea, right?
Right.
Dude turns around, points the rifle at the cop. Cop flees down the ladder.
Falls off the
Fair
roof.
enough.
Might have fallen off the ladder. We don't know. But, all he had to do was fire in the air. If he's too afraid to engage the shooter, could you at least just start shooting into the sky so that people are like, are those gunshots? And,
Yeah.
take cover? You know what I mean?
Instead, he was
Cops,
just
we're
like,
too afraid to just Yosemite Sam it, even?
Good luck,
we can't
sir.
even do that. Yeah.
Best of luck. He looks like one of ours. It's okay.
He's running away going, thoughts and prayers.
I saw a video today that suggested there were 2 minutes, like a minute and 57 seconds, between when people started to be alerted that this guy was on the roof to when shots rang out. 2 minutes.
that's insane.
That
Wild
is a
stuff.
long time.
Wild stuff.
I mean,
That
it
is
must
a
have been
long
It
time.
was long enough for some cop to climb up a ladder. And come on,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they're not climbing up that ladder fast. We all know that.
All right, here's my theory. And I pitched this to Mary tonight, and she thought it was pretty plausible. This kid's a Trump follower, a Republican, donated to Act Blue once the day Joe Biden got inaugurated, so it was probably a bet. But think about it this way. Say you were a Trump fan and you somehow got wronged by Trump, whether he's not extreme enough for you, you're still poor and a virgin, and he's not really helping you. And all of a sudden you see that Donald Trump is going to be holding a rally in your small Pennsylvania town, like 10 minutes from your house. You own a gun. You take target practice. And it's just like, I'm free on Saturday. How about I become a fucking legend? I think it might be just that simple, not predetermined.
It could be.
It was just, what an opportunity. I said to Mary, allegedly.
You know why I think you're right? In what situation would a reasonable person have thought, I bet I could climb on top of that building and take a shot at him? Right? There was clearly
he was
no
not-
plan, because
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. If you were sitting down with a plan to make a plan, you would not be looking at the map and say, I bet I could get on a building this close.
Yeah.
If you were trying to plan this out ahead of time and you put the map down on your on your table in the garage under the one loose light bulb, you'd be like, surely the Secret Service will have this blocked off, so I need to be elsewhere. So yeah, I really do. I could absolutely see him just being like, maybe I'll head into town, see what I can see.
I heard they clocked him.
like the ultimate suicide by cop.
He was
Right.
acting suspicious around the metal detectors, and the Secret Service clocked him then, apparently.
And they're like, that little rat.
He'll be fine. He's walking away.
You know what I bet helped him there? That he looks like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
They probably looked at him and were like, yeah, of course he's acting suspicious. Fucking look at him.
Or they're just
You know,
like,
like-
dude, check out the old cum baby over there.
I had to Google.
Exactly.
I had to Google what Habsburg jaw is because I kept hearing that phrase. Do you guys know what Habsburg jaw is?
No.
No.
I don't know
So
what that is.
it's what this kid has. He's kind of got that super jutting out lower jaw that sticks out
Yeah.
in front of the rest of his face, and that is a sign of inbreeding, and it comes from some fucker named Habsburg back in the Middle Ages, whose family fucked each
the
other
one
too
thing you
much.
don't want your name attached to.
Oh, sweet! They named a jaw after
Right.
us. That's interesting.
Your names for the incest jaw. Great. Like, perfect.
I'm
the rest
sorry,
of the family's
sir.
like, no, we spell it different. Can't be us.
Yeah, not us.
Imagine a doctor just being like, "I'm sorry, sir. You have nice dick."
Yeah.
You have a nice dick.
That's a good thing,
Oh.
right? Yeah, sure.
Totally,
Sure.
totally.
Yeah.
You're-
I allegedly just talking out loud here, because I don't own any guns in this house. But if I owned guns and I was a shooter and I went shooting target practice, and I heard that Donald Trump was going to be in an open air rally 5 minutes from my house, I'd have to make some real decisions. And I think that's where a lot of us are these days, right? And the Secret
I
Service.
maintain that it really doesn't matter. Like, if this was a reality where he had succeeded, it would change absolutely nothing. It wouldn't matter. They
I
would
think
all
it
just
would.
pick up. They would pick up on whoever replaced him. The same Project 2025 people would give their plane to that person.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what's so
yeah,
defeating
yeah.
about it all.
For sure.
Is that none of it there is no monster to defeat. There is only the fucking relentless ocean. And there's nothing, there's
Yeah.
like no hope.
There is the theory that had the shooter succeeded, that it would be a much easier road for Republicans to do what they want to do and win the election. Because he's a martyr.
Well, yeah, but
you could put anybody
He's
in.
already a martyr.
I don't know. I
No,
think-
because now you're coming off
He's got that
as
sick fist pump
hard.
photo.
Exactly. So
Mm.
win or lose, that side has won this.
He
Because
got
the other
photo-
side doesn't have anything to combat him being a wounded hero now.
Oh, besides replacing the candidate, that's the
Yeah.
best move.
Well, but
Until that happens, it
they don't have
didn't
any.
happen.
They don't have anything to combat it. They literally pulled all of their ads.
Yeah.
They don't want to combat it. They're like, oh, we should show decorum and respect. Yeah. If somebody took a shot at Biden, I bet Trump would just be real respectful about it.
real chill.
You know, like
They would be just hitting pinatas of his dead body.
The
seriously.
They were like, you
fist-
know what? Here's the thing. We kept saying the truth.
And someone finally listened. Thank
Mhm.
you, hero.
So we probably, to make sure that doesn't happen again, should shut the fuck up and just really go all in on just not trying to win the election. Like, what the fuck, you guys?
I admit, when I
Ugh.
saw the video of him fist pumping with blood streaming down his face, I said, "Oh, we're fucking cooked." But then I saw him with a fucking maxi pad on his ear last
That
night.
band-aid is so bad.
So fucking stupid looking.
He might as well just showed up with an
It
iPad.
looks so stupid. It looks so stupid.
Like,
I don't care how injured my ear is. I wouldn't have. I would have ripped.
Yeah,
that
no,
shit.
no.
Yeah.
See, the baller move is to show up with nothing covered.
well,
Yeah.
this motherfucker was
Exactly.
golfing with nothing on his ear, so it's definitely a
Oh.
show.
So whose call was that?
It was a committee. They sat down and said, "Yeah, we need to put a bandage on there to really amp up the sympathy."
Kind of like wearing the neck brace.
Yeah, just a poor widow boy with a hook
But-
ear.
You want to look hard, you show up with it off.
Yeah. Look at my fucking ear. This is what they did to me. This is what they want to do to you. At least if you're gonna have that stupid ass bandage, have like a little blood spotting on it. Don't have it be
Something, yeah.
bright fucking white and clean and unwrinkled.
Yeah.
Like,
The
every
Kurt
time he
Schilling
goes into a
sock,
room,
you
they
know, you
swap
gotta
it with a
blend
new
it up.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
So silly.
wild. And then
I
yesterday,
did.
homeboy
I
was
don't know
talking
if
about.
this was. I don't know if this was Photoshop, but I did see someone say that the reason Biden pulled all of his ads was that the slogan they had chosen was "Let's finish the job."
Oh God, run them all, run them all, run them all, run them all.
like, yeah, you can't send a bunch of mailers with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Man,
I would
fuck it.
donate it $5 if he did that.
Yep.
That's right.
I don't know. We're all
I saw yet
fucked.
another. The most annoying thing that Joe Biden does, of all the annoying things that he does, is when he will get on Twitter and he will be like, "If I am reelected, I will wipe out medical debt." And it's
Uh-huh.
like, you are the fucking president.
Yeah.
You
And
could
then
do that
currently-
yesterday.
To be reelected. And if you mean if I get reelected and then also in 2 years you elect me a fully Democratic House
Right.
and Senate, then I'll consider it. You should be a bit more clear, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
the people in the comments who are like, obviously you don't know how the fucking balance of power works. The president just can't do things without the House or the Senate or the Congress.
They want to get rid of the balance of powers. They hate
And
that
then it's
shit.
like,
And guess what? He can right now.
but like,
yeah.
he's never gonna get that full 100% Senate.
No.
You're not gonna do any
Yeah, but
of
if you
this shit.
start doing real shit now, that might get you elected.
Right, yeah, do it now.
How
But
about
don't be
do
like,
some
I
real
can't
shit?
do
You can run.
anything. My hands are tied. I'm 100 years old.
Oh,
Didn't you
goddamn.
see how great I did at NATO? I did all that cool NATO stuff, brother. None of us give a fuck about NATO. Like, that's your project.
Seriously.
NATO is like a model train set for Joe Biden. It's his little hobby that he likes to put together. He gets to see his
Yeah.
friends.
With his little hat on?
Yeah.
You know those internet memes where like the wife will be like, "We're throwing a birthday party for our 10-year-old this weekend, so obviously my husband is outside like straightening the mailbox," and it's like pictures of the husband like digging up the mailbox with a level on it, making sure that it's like plumb and square and all that. Like, that's how I feel when he's like, "But NATO." It's like, yeah, sure, thank you. Thank you for straightening the mailbox. We definitely needed that. That was important.
If Joe Biden tells me to look or listen, Jack, one more time.
Listen,
I
Jack.
swear to God. Look. Look is his just
Every
like,
time he said look, it's because he sees something.
yeah.
It's like, look.
Yeah,
He
that's
sees
his.
something?
That's his. Just his mind
Look,
talking.
ice cream.
Look,
He
Look.
sees something or he's trying to distract you. Like, look over there.
And
That guy's
and
way older than me.
understand- I understand that the hope for the future is dire, no matter what side, and I will surely vote for Joe Biden. But boy, will
Do
it
I
be
not want
sad.
to?
Boy, will it be disappointing. Knowing
Uh,
that the best case is that I'm voting for an old man who hopefully lives long enough to have a full Democrat House and Senate,
mhm.
so that maybe he'll wipe out medical debt until the Republicans sue and the Supreme Court says, no, it's actually illegal to make it so people don't have medical debt. And then,
Yeah.
you know, we can go from there.
This past Wednesday at work, some dude from the Biden campaign came in and was like, "Oh man, we're just talking to local businesses, trying to gather support and stuff. Would anyone here want to take a picture holding the Biden-Harris sign?" I was just like, "Nah, man, I'm good."
What
Just holding the sign, huh?
What is that supposed
Here,
to do?
take a picture holding this sign is the most Democrat thing I've
Mhm,
heard in a long
mhm.
time.
It really is.
Getting out the youth vote.
Oh, Christ.
look at these whippersnappers. They like us. They're holding this
Yeah.
sign.
They were making their game plan for that day of paper in the town, and they're like, "All right, Charlie, you go to the comic shop and you take care of all the autists." Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I actually had a bunch of people over as Trump got shot. It was a wild experience.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Here's what's.
gotta
I-
be a real experience.
I hit my ace like 3 minutes before that happened. The shot before the shot.
Oh, they used
That's
up
pretty
all the
impressive.
aim.
Yeah, I sucked all the aim up out of the world just enough.
Fucking crazy, y'all. What a time. And like, I'm the only person that's really kind of plugged into like, you know, the way things are. And, you know, and that's why I'm sadder than a lot of people that were here Saturday. But, you know, I'm like, you gotta fucking and Nicole's like, I'm just trying to have a pool party. What the fuck are you doing instead? You know, just fucking nothing. Fucking Johnny fucking big bandage. Over.
More of them unprecedented times.
So many You know what? I would love just once in a while to have a fucking president. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
It would be
let's
great.
do some regular shit. How about
There was
it's
a
not
tweet today that was
112
like-
degrees and we're not
Right?
teetering on the brink.
Every single moment of every single day. There was a tweet today that was like, it'd be real great if I could go back to forgetting the president exists for months at a time. You
Right,
know?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was like the first fucking 3/4 of Biden's term. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, remember how nice? Remember how like for 4 years it was like every day the president's gonna say some crazy shit that might just pop off some crazy war. He's gonna fucking you know throw some minority he doesn't like into a camp or kick him out of the country or some shit. You never know what's gonna happen. And then it was just quiet and chill, and they just
Yeah,
rested
it
on
was
that
like, this
quiet
is so
and chill
nice.
for like 2.5 years.
yeah.
And then Joe Biden forgot he was president.
Yeah, right.
He ate too
He
much
woke
ice
up
cream.
one day and was like, oh shit, I'm gonna do some shit. Next time. If you
Tell
get
you-
me back in here, next time, I got you.
If y'all make me president,
One more time, we can do it. And then I got you.
Because I'm definitely getting sharper. 1,000% getting
Right.
sharper.
It's-
Every day, a little sharper.
it's really fucked up when they're like, okay, so I might have the dates wrong, but he's gonna be 80 if he wins Biden, he will be 82 when he's inaugurated.
Yes.
And if he lasts an entire term, he will be 86 years old.
yes.
Ugh.
That's absurd.
When's the last time we had a president just croak in office?
Oh, I think that's
I don't
like
think it's ever happened.
McKinley or something.
Ready
He
for
got
that first
sick.
time.
There was a story of a president who got sick walking in his inauguration parade because it was raining, and he died like days later.
Yeah, but it wasn't like natural causes. That's never happened. Like, I don't think they've just fucking clocked out because they were a bajillion years old. Because, you know, up until this point, the hundreds of millions of people that were in the pool weren't both crazy grandpas. We could do a little bit better than that every time up until this time.
Okay, so it was William Henry Harrison that got a cold from a downpour. It wasn't his inauguration parade. I must have got that information from somewhere else. Zachary Taylor.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Zachary Taylor had a digestive ailment,
Brock Lesnar's disease.
I think.
Oh, he says, man, I got poopy tummy like you wouldn't
Cause of death
believe."
was bilious diarrhea or bilious cholera.
That sounds horrible.
Let's see.
What makes the bilious? Like what
Well, I think that's bile, like bilious.
Yeah, it's not like bilious.
Yeah, right. I mean, it looks that makes sense as to how it would be pronounced, but
Yeah, but how much harder of diarrhea is that compared to just diarrhea?
Well, you die from it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you got
Yeah.
that going for you.
They call it diarrhea.
Yeah.
and then this
Oh.
fella
I
named
bet old timey diarrhea wouldn't kill a modern day person. I mean, we've got too much.
That's just regular poop.
Exactly. Like whatever diarrhea killed him, I guarantee I could live through. Bring
Yeah.
it on.
That's what I had last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, inject a vial into me. I'll fight that shit off, and I'll go to work. Like
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
You guys hear about this dude Abraham Lincoln?
Familiar.
I didn't know that
What's his deal?
James A. Garfield was also assassinated.
Yeah.
Like 16 years after Lincoln.
He had a
What
real
I
case
just
of the
found out
Mondays.
recently was like Lincoln was part of an entire like assassination plot. Like they were going to take out like his whole fucking cabinet. There were like multiple
wow.
there were multiple events across multiple locations supposed to go down, and Fort was like just like one of the guys. Like there was so many other dudes that did, like a couple of them actually did their thing and killed whoever they were supposed to. Like Lincoln was just one part of a massive operation, and I had no idea. How the fuck was I not told this in school? I had to learn it from a comedian on a podcast.
Yeah, there are a lot more presidents that were assassinated in the 1800s than I thought. William
cool
McKinley
back then, they knew how to
assassinated.
take care of business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they just invented guns, right? So they're like, hey, let's
Yeah.
fucking use these things.
That
Man,
was back
yeah,
in the days when it was all on the honor system. They'd be like, "You don't have a gun, do you?" You'd be like, "Nope." They'd
No,
just let you in.
sirree.
That was it.
Oh, you scallywag.
Assassinating old-timey presidents with fucking guns you can shoot one bullet of, and this guy can pull it off with a massive assault rifle. What a pussy. Way to go, you fucking heritage ginger jaw, whatever the fuck it was, Heidegger jaw, whatever.
Habsburg jaw.
Yeah,
Habsburg
fetal
jaw.
alcohol syndrome, bitch.
It's a lot of that. That's more what it is than just the Habsburg.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
You know what's funny about that guy? You know, whenever they talk about there's going to be a civil war and the Republicans are like, well, we got all the guns and all the fighting experience. And then it's like, yeah? Did you see that Habsburg jaw motherfucker who died on that roof?
Oh,
What
goddamn.
you bringing to the party?
What a fucking time to be alive.
Here's some of
What
that
a time to be alive.
Habsburg jaw if you're interested.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
No, that looks like him.
That guy looked just like the dude on the top left there. Homie on the top left, that's
Mhm.
the guy that shot. Yeah, that guy right there. That's the guy that shot at Trump, right there on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I think that's Jimmy Habsburg.
Yeah. Oh, the Connecticut Habsburgs. Oh, the one and the same. Yeah, quite right. I heard he likes to poke his cousin. He does.
In all of the horrible things that we've had to experience as a country over the past 8 some odd years, I never thought it would hit as close to home as the fucking Tenacious D essentially breaking up over a Trump assassination joke.
Fucking
So
joke.
wild to
A
me.
fucking joke.
Such a bitch move from Jack Black.
Yeah. He's not going to
That's
come out of this
so
all right.
Strange.
He thought that he
Well,
was
I
making himself
guarantee you,
Teflon.
it's a fucking. It was some fucking manager. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing?
He's got a lot
because
of mouths to feed.
He does.
Does he?
But,
I
like,
mean,
he
he's
thought it
probably
was
got
funny.
a whole team, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's got a much bigger team than Kyle Gass does, because Kyle Gass just kind of acts once in a while and does the D and shit. Like, he's not like fucking Hollywood movie star Jack Black.
Yeah, but you would
Somebody
almost
was
think,
like, "What are you doing? You're fucking up my. You're gonna.
Yeah.
I need a taste of everything you're doing. What are you doing, Jack Black?" But then you gotta imagine that, like everyone else that was there, the Court and HD fans are like, "That was funny. I'm cool with that."
yeah.
You know?
I honestly feel like even Trump would be like, "That was funny."
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't understand
Because it was
this,
just funny.
like, backlash, right? You know.
But guys,
I-
cancel culture is not real.
To those who don't
Yeah,
know the
seriously.
story, there was a Tenacious D concert, and it was Kyle Gass's birthday, and they brought out a cake for Kyle Gass, and Jack Black asked him what his wish was when he blew out the candles, and he said that next time they won't miss Trump, or that the next time they shoot at Trump, they won't miss, or something like that.
And everybody was like, "Ha ha 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 ha!" Because again, they're in Australia,
Mhm.
so they fucking love that. I promise you.
Yeah.
Bunch of convicts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that crushed there.
Yeah, like, you do that joke in the States, and there's always a chance you're gonna have some people like, "Hey," but I guarantee you, every Aussie in that fucking crowd was like, "Ha ha, that was great."
Oi, oi, oi!
Yeah,
I did see a post that it's like, everybody calm down. Like, over the 30 years of Tenacious D, the bit has always been that Jack fucking throws KG under the bus and fucking dips out. And it's like, that's a good point.
that is a good point. That is a fair point.
But fuck, man.
Touche. So also on Saturday, after that almost really cool thing happened, but not quite, my niece and nephew spent the night. So we had like 2 extra little, and they're little, like they're 7 and 5. I want to say that's right. That sounds about right.
Okay.
And I cannot imagine having 2 little kids at the same time all the time. Like, my God. Like, mine had 7 years between them. So, by the time we had the second one, the first one kind of had his, had his shit, could do most of the stuff on her own. She could make her own fucking sandwiches and shit, But having 2 littles, I can't fathom what that must be like every day. It's a bummer to even think about. And I have a friend who has 5 sons. The oldest one is Jax's age, and he's 10. So she has 5 sons under 10.
Why does she like cream pies so much?
Dude, the third time she got pregnant, I sat down and I looked at her husband, and I'm like, do you know how this works? Like, are you familiar with have you eever had the talk? Because we can do it right now.
He was like, use your butt.
Yeah, my God. Fucking wild. But they wanted to come up and, check everything out. And so at one point, we're up in my office and looking at all the toys and shit like that, which is always, a little bit of a nervous mess I get whenever there's someone else in my space, much less children.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they're gonna break anything, but they just move stuff, and I'm a psychopath. I like shit to be just so. But at one point, my niece, who's 5, walks over and she goes, "Who are all these ladies?" And she points to a little art collection I have on the wall of mostly nude demon girls that our good friend Chris and Allen has painted for us. And I go, "Oh, they just, no." I said, "I don't really know. They're just paintings." She goes, "Where'd you get them from?" And I said, "My friend painted them for me." She goes, "Your friend did this for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're great." And then she's like, "What are their names?" I go, "I guess I don't know.
They're friends.
Have to ask her. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you." And the
You
boy,
gotta start naming them, Lee.
and
My
the boy
friends
just,
never awaken anything in me.
yeah. And the boy just ate constantly. I know how he lives. He doesn't eat this way at home. It's so fucking crazy. Like, he just was pounding shit the whole night. And at one point he gets up because we're winding. It's like 11 o'clock. We're winding down. He gets up. He starts walking away. I go, "Where you going, man?" He says, "I'm gonna go get a snack." And I said, "Dude,
I get to go bag.
you just had ice cream like half an hour ago, man. What the fuck you doing?" And he goes, "Yeah, that was a treat. Now I'm going for a snack." And I said, "Sit your ass down."
This guy's got a lifetime of little treats ahead of him.
He's got a
Get
good
your ass
point.
down.
I mean, a treat
You-
and a snack.
You gotta
completely
start
different
calling that guy
things.
Big Treat.
Tell him like my dad used to tell me, go drink a glass of water.
Dad.
Ugh.
Go stare at the nothing feels as good as being thin magnet. Do it.
No, I
That's
will
hilarious,
not
though, like-
get you breast surgery.
Oh, goddamn.
Just imagine the poor little flat-chested girl that could have had big, healthy naturals thanks to me.
Yeah, if only you could have just donated them.
Yeah.
You just slap those shits in an envelope and mail them to the next person.
Oh, we have fun. And the only other thing I want to talk about until we get to the other thing is I finally sat down and watched all of the 3rd season of Shoresy the other day. And goddamn, it's good.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get on that.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
so
the
good.
best. It's the best show.
Yeah, it's like they did a phenomenal job with he's still Shoresy all the way. He's still the same dude,
Mhm.
but they've made like a really kick-ass hockey show on top of it all. It's
Yeah.
such a good show.
Every
That's a good
episode
show.
gets a cool-ass music video.
Yeah. And yeah, if you haven't seen it, then I'm not going to spoil it, but it is very, very good. And they tell a hell of a 3-line. And it's 6 episodes, and then every episode is just named after one of the teams they're in the playoffs against, or the tournament against. It's fucking great. And so it just kind of goes through like that day, basically, because it's like 1 week of hockey games. And so one episode's like a day in the life of. It's really, really good. Quite good.
Gonna have to watch that.
Oh, that's great. What you got going on, Nice?
Well, talking about
Watching
watching
the
things,
fucking world burn.
tonight we finished The Acolyte. No
Oh, I
spoilers.
haven't even started that.
Yeah, we saved last week so that we could watch 2 in a row. We're gonna end up hitting them up tomorrow.
But it was a slow start for me, and then they got to the big like fight scene, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucking in, and it has definitely interested me more in this back half. The ending definitely is. It feels like they're expecting a season 2, so don't expect everything to get wrapped up in this finale. But
Right.
They could very well just not ever do another season, and these stories just happened. Fucking use your imagination,
sure.
right? But it's a real interesting take on the light side and the dark side.
I thought it was a really cool idea. I've only seen the first episode, and I did like it. I'm gonna go back and check it out. But I just like the notion of we're gonna set our story in an era we basically haven't really seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you guys just shut the fuck up and just watch the show.
Yeah.
Put your goddamn yarn away from your bulletin boards, you pricks. Like, enjoy this thing I may do.
Oh, I thought you were yelling at people who knit while they watch TV.
Oh.
Pay attention and stop fucking knitting.
It's probably not for everybody, but it's different.
Yeah,
The-
different's not bad.
The thing that I am most hung up on is the story is set based on the main characters are a pair of twins, and you got the adult twins are the same actress, just copy pasted, and then the twins as children are 2 completely different actresses.
Yeah, that I don't understand either.
And in this most recent
That's an interesting
episode, no spoilers, but I said to myself, it'd probably be a lot easier if you had a couple of twins instead of trying to make it seem like it's the same actress. Is what it is,
Well, twins
Every
just don't
time
grow
they
on
show
trees,
up-
Nice. Damn.
Yeah, every time they show up, do you just go, and twins?
It is a little weird that you make a show about twins and just don't make it the easy route and hire twins.
right.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, at first I'm like, oh, you just can't just fucking, how easy is it to find twins? But yeah, if you're making a show specifically about twins, maybe you do the extra legwork.
Or
I mean, it just seems like it'd be
Yeah.
a lot easier than trying, because if you have them interact with each other, it's not real. Because she's not acting with herself, so it's somebody else is standing in. She still might get the same, like, act, the feel, but at the same time, how much cooler would it have been if you just had 2 twins acting off?
Yeah,
of
should have
each
got fucking Jughead and his brother. Would have been great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's famous actors and actresses that have an unknown twin that they've used. Like,
Yeah.
fucking Linda Hamilton used her twin in Terminator 2 for an effect. Or no, it was when T-1000 turned into Sarah Connor. They were able to have both of them on screen together at the same time.
No shit.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Linda
That's cool.
Hamilton has a twin. So in some of the scenes where the T-1000 is duplicating Sarah Connor, it's her and her sister on screen.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty cool. I did not know that.
I think there's a couple more instances of this in Hollywood history. But then it's like,
Dig it.
okay, so is it better? What's more difficult? Finding a set of twins, finding 2 sets of twins that are perfect for your show, or using visual effects to make it look like this young actor and this older actor are actually twins, and there's 2 of them on set at all times.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is there is really no reason why they have to be completely identical.
Right. Exactly.
It doesn't
Well,
change
okay,
the story
there is.
one fucking bit.
There
and
is.
You obviously weren't worried about that with the flashbacks because those 2 kids look fucking nothing alike.
You said you've watched up until last week?
We have the last 2.
So, okay.
So what is there? There's 8?
There is a reason for them to look exactly alike because they do a fucking twin magic
no.
switcheroo.
Yeah, but also I have another theory. Is that Jedi, he sucks.
Yes. Yes.
He
Soul
fucking
sucks. Yeah, he sucks.
He sucks. So yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, but at the same time,
He sucks.
he should have known.
Mm-hmm.
He sucks. He sucks.
It's true.
That's what it comes down to.
It's true.
That dude fucking sucks.
The Acolyte. You will believe a Jedi can suck.
Aw.
Yeah.
Really selling me on that guy, Jose. Jesus.
No, you'll see exactly. No, he sucks.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. He
Spoiler
fucking
alert, he
sucks.
sucks.
He is a sorry Jedi.
Yeah.
But also, here's the thing: is this is the time the time. This is the time period where like the Jedis they're kind of cocksuckers
They're kind of cops.
because they just roll around and they're like our authority.
Yep.
That's why.
Yep. They're
Our
fucking,
authority.
They're cops. They're space cops.
Okay.
Just whipping their lightsaber dicks out
They're-
on fucking
it's not
remote
like
planets.
this romantic Luke and lightsabers and like Jedi the right light.
Yeah.
This is more about this is the law. And if you got anything to say, we'll fucking take you in or slice you in half.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So try me.
Bold stance. I enjoy the narrative that the Jedi suck.
That's
Like,
kind
that
of the
should
through
be their
line in
legacy.
all of
That
Star
should be
Wars,
their
right?
Story. Like, you fucked up everything because you sucked.
There
Like,
are
every story about a Jedi should be like, boy, these guys just aren't really it.
And it's kind of all the problems are their fault.
Yeah.
Like every issue everyone has, and I
their
think
fault.
I have my own theory on what one of the reveals is going to be, but every conflict is their fault.
Yeah.
It's all their fault. Everything could have
And
been
I don't
avoided
know
if
if
they
you're talking
handled
about-
things differently.
I don't know if you're talking about in the Acolyte or in Star Wars in general, but in Star
mainly
Wars
the
in
Acolyte.
general,
But
in
yeah,
Star Wars in general, every problem is their fault.
yeah.
You
I
are
mean,
not wrong.
Luke was only pissed
Right?
because they're like, we don't want to. I mean, not Luke, Anakin.
Mhm.
We're not going to make you a true Jedi, but can you like still do our dirty work?
Right. Can you be our little intern?
Didn't take the Sith seriously. Like, got
Yeah,
played.
exactly. They're like,
Just-
those guys? No.
Fucking Democrats from a
Everything is their
galaxy
fault.
far, far away.
Even all the
Mhm.
fucking Mandalorian stuff is because they fucked up and caused a war that destroyed Mandalore. Like, it's all their fault.
Yeah. I'm going to send this to you, just you nice, because I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, fuck you, bud.
Well, yeah, but you only watched episode 1.
That's true. That's true.
You'll
Yeah,
get. Let me know when you're caught
don't
up. You'll get
spoil it.
this.
Don't spoil it for Lee and I, who are clearly really invested in the Acolyte, but it's 9 weeks in and we haven't started
Yeah,
it.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, but now that you know that they suck, you might
Yeah.
want to be in it more.
You'll get around to it.
I'll get around to
I'll
it.
I'm
get
not
around
saying
to
it-
someday. Who knows?
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that
understand.
guy as a character, like that Jedi, really needs to think about
What he's done.
his life
Yeah.
choices.
My only point is I'm not worried about Acolyte spoilers, or I'd be watching it. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I've only seen
saw
one
that and I
episode of
fucking
The Acolyte, but I'm on episode number 682 of One Piece.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah.
So you're like a quarter of the way through.
The action is
Just over half. Just over half.
It is definitely worth watching for the fucking lightsaber battles.
Yeah.
because
Oh, that first
There-
battle was dope. So I'm
there's
into
some
it.
really cool shit that they're doing. Like between that and the Obi-Wan fight, like there's some really good swashbuckling we get to see out of some characters. Like this is some of the best Vader shit they've ever done, and
I
it's just
saw-
sad it wasn't in a movie.
I saw the lightsaber stunt coordinator is the same person that choreographed the Vader shit in Rogue One.
I could see that.
Oh,
I could
nice.
see that. Kind of the
Nice.
same vibe, the same kind of motions, the same. I dig it.
Intensity.
I did like the swooping follows like they were kind of doing with his movements, because he's just so one-handed, like
Mm-hmm.
the camera moved with his swings. It was pretty cool.
Good stuff.
It is good stuff.
What's that guy's name? The Jedi?
Manny Jacinto. Oh, Saul.
No, Saul, you suck.
Yeah,
You fucking suck as a Jedi.
it's true.
That's dope. What's going on with you, Jose? What you been doing?
Well, while somebody was taking aim at our possibly next fucking dipshit, I was banging chains all day, baby.
Bang and chain.
What?
Banging
Banging
chains.
chains. You're
Well,
chase.
that came so.
Oh, you said ace earlier, and I thought that you were playing blackjack, but now I get it.
No.
Banging chains,
Oh,
you're
playing
ace.
disc golf.
Yes.
What
yes.
we were playing once, and a friend made a really good shot, and we got real loud. And when we came around the bend, like some police came and they stopped us. And they're like, "Yo, did you guys hear a gunshot?" What? It's like, yeah, some neighbors said something about a gunshot, and I was like, "No, officer, the only sound we heard was banging chains today."
And they tased you.
Sir, get down on the ground.
Yeah, tased.
Did I send you all the video of the guy who walked up to the cop on the horse? And he goes,
I saw it.
Can I pet? And the cop's like, yeah, real quick. And then he rubs the cop's leg. And the cop's like, "That's sexual battery. Like I could take you in for sexual battery." And the guy goes, "I asked you."
Yeah.
And the face the cop makes.
You gave me permission.
I mean, he's not wrong. That may hold up.
That's fucking hilarious.
Unbelievable. Those are the pranks I want to see. Stop harassing people in the mall and go rub cops.
Yeah, stop putting buckets on people's heads.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Harass
god.
people who deserve harassing.
The worst thing about those like
Horse
public
cops.
YouTube pranksters or like people with TikTok followings that do pranks out in public is you can't react. You can't
Mhm.
sell it. You can't, because then they get no video. If you sell it,
Yeah.
it'll go viral. You just can't do it.
Yep.
But you want to like murder them with your bare hands, right?
Well, of course.
Well, clearly,
True.
Bless.
it's the only answer. It's the only
Speaking
way to
of,
learn.
speaking of murdering people with your bare hands, last week was really cleansing for me. I
Wasn't
feel.
it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Nice.
It was-
I agree completely.
It was a long one, but it felt really good to get that all out there.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
good. And so far, positive results, I'll say.
Yeah.
Good times.
That's all we'll say.
Someone did get into my Jose Guzman 12345 Instagram account.
Did they really?
That was probably just one
Not
of the
that.
other 900 Jose Guzmans forgot what his Instagram was.
Well, but that's the thing is, I'm auto logged in. Like, I don't understand how the Instagram thing. I get how I accidentally created a TikTok account, because that's just trying to click on a link and watch a video, and it's asking you to do a bunch of shit, push a bunch of buttons before you watch this video.
No,
You tap
don't
the
push a
goddamn-
bunch of buttons. That's what gets you in trouble. You usually just
Well,
poke-
yeah, that's how I have a
hit one
fucking
button.
TikTok account.
Multiple TikTok accounts.
So if you see me out there TikToking, it ain't me.
Oh, I can't wait to see this Jose deepfakes.
I was just about to say deepfake
That'd be
Jose is gonna be
hilarious.
awesome.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Huh.
No.
That was your-
Savannah Chrisley's at the RNC, y'all.
Oh my god.
Savannah Chrisley. Oh my
I'll
goodness.
You
never
heard they want to
forget
get rid
what
of
the
government
prosecutor
agencies
said
to open
in the
the
most heavily
IRS's
Democrat
She's trying
county
to
in
raise
the
that
state
bail money.
before an Obama-appointed judge. He called us the Trumps of the South. Yeah, hey, it's fun. He meant it as an insult, but let me tell you, boy, do I wear it as a badge of honor. I'll never forget.
They're just fucking trotting out as many criminals as they possibly can, huh?
Yeah.
There was a story I saw recently that was like, this is why all of the rappers that Trump brings to his rallies are either criminals or sexual assaulters.
God damn. All right.
Good.
Because they are.
I mean,
Man. Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, shit. You know, I just fucking remembered. I watched 2 other movies this week. I had never seen Summer Rental. Have you guys ever seen Summer Rental? I know Jose
Who's in
probably
that?
has.
yeah.
John
No.
Candy. It's basically the great outdoors before the great outdoors.
Old
No.
movie.
Yeah. John Candy
Okay.
brings his family to the beach. It's
Not
all
a new John Candy movie.
Yeah,
you mean?
it's shitty, kind of like National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
ends in a big fucking boat race to determine who like gets to own the fucking vacation home or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? This kind of sucks. And it just makes me want to watch One Crazy Summer, which is essentially the same fucking movie. So I turned that shit on, and it was Mary's first time seeing it. And I forget how much of a satire cartoon that movie is. One Crazy Summer, John Cusack, Bobcat Goldthwait, fucking Demi Moore. Crazy cast.
That's the one
Damn.
where the hamburger sings?
No,
Which one's that? You
I
know what
don't-
I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Some guy, he was maybe high or something. He was cooking and like the hamburger patty started dancing.
Huh.
But I think
That's-
that was like
that's-
an old John Cusack movie.
One Crazy Summer is notable to me because I believe it's the first exposure I had to like quote unquote Godzilla, and it's when Bobcat Goldthwait gets in the Godzilla costume and he can't unzip it, and then he
Yeah.
destroys the model of the town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I have seen that. I do remember that one. So what the fuck is I'm gonna have to find this now.
Google fucking high burger puppet.
Telling you, it's good burger.
No, it's not Good Burger because this is something I watched growing up, and I don't think Good Burger goes that far back.
I guess we'll never know.
Oh no, we will. We're about to find it. Yeah. Wait. Let me see.
Is it Better Off Dead?
That's what. Yeah, I think so. That's what just popped up. Let me see. Yeah, he Frankenstein's a burger. Better Off Dead. Here.
Look at that. And it's like a claymation burger dance?
Okay.
Yeah, John Cusack
That's fucking
making
cool.
a burger dance.
Yeah, I don't think I've
alright.
ever... Oh, fucking Booger was in One Crazy Summer, too. And he's in Better Off Dead.
Sometimes the wild string of words I put together are true.
What a young boy that John Cusack was.
Right? Remember before the C2E2 thing where he was doing the Poe movie and like how many girls were way into John Cusack?
Yeah.
Oh
The
god,
woman
I
asked-
forgot about that.
Asked to get a kiss.
So weird.
Yeah, that was
Can
that
I-
was my favorite
Can you
bit
be
was
my
it
first
was
kiss?
it was Cookie from the south side of Chicago got up on the microphone during the John Cusack Q&A, and this lady, Cookie from the south side, was at least 30 something, probably in her 40s. She said, "John Cusack, will you be my first kiss?"
Yeah.
And that's when, like, very early on in our Comic-Con career, that's when I knew that audience Q&As were a bad time.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Shout out Cookie from the south side of Chicago. Hope you
You
got
all
that
right.
first
Hope you
kiss,
got that
girl.
first kiss.
Yeah, the seats in that auditorium were soaked from all the middle-aged women
Oh,
who are just fucking moist for John Cusack.
It was crazy. It was really wild.
Like John Cusack, one of our greatest American actors, like a big star that's been in a lot of great movies, but you never think of John Cusack as this like
Like a heartthrob.
heartthrob sex symbol, but
yeah.
Well, he
When-
would be
when you
the
hit him
first
just
Paul
right,
Rudd.
oh, he is very Rudd-esque.
He is kind of Paul Ruddy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like got famous kind of young. That's
Handsome
k-
guy,
kind of-
ageless, you know?
yeah, and then just
Okay.
kind of looked the same and carried the fans. The moms love him.
I can
Yeah.
see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of, he can do the serious role, but can also do the funny role.
Yep.
What was that one? Cusack was a hitman.
Gross Point Blank.
Yes.
Fucking
yes. We
hitman
saw that
who-
in the theater.
Hitman who goes to his high school reunion. Great soundtrack.
Yep. That was a good one. I guess Cusack be dropping some bombs. He's got some classics on him, making that come a long way from making that hamburger sing.
One day you're making a hamburger scene. Next you're fucking playing Edgar Allan Poe and making all the ladies moist in Chicago.
Yeah, next you're
Fucking-
making out with Cookie from the south side of Chicago.
Mm.
What a time.
Tastes like the Wiener Circle.
Did he smooch her?
Oh no, he did not smooch her.
Yeah, no. He shut that shit down.
Yeah, that was wild. That
Every
was
so
absolutely
often that
wild.
video will get a comment on YouTube. You know the freaks are out there. Nothing
still
quite
like
like
how
the Walking Dead
the
video
Walking
Yeah.
Dead psychos?
with,
Oh my god.
with Maggie and
Glenn.
Glenn. Yeah, those
I
people
just
are.
found out they're on like their fourth fucking spinoff on that show.
Yeah.
Like there's a Daryl show. There's a show with Andrea and Negan, I guess in New York, and there's like
Yeah.
another show that's Rick and Michonne.
There has to
And
be
then,
still
and then they
just
got
like
the fear.
there's people who are just Walking Dead people. They just adopted that as their personality, and AMC's riding it out until they can't ride it out no more.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised they haven't reached that point yet. That's so
Well-
that's so
I really haven't
Much
seen the
Walking Dead.
Negan part, so I am tempted on
And aren't they supposed to be doing a movie? Isn't that
watching
coming?
some of it.
I don't know.
Well, I thought instead of doing the movie, they just brought him back on the TV show. Or
Man,
didn't they do like a long show? I don't know.
Like, it's funny. The Negan stuff is kind of where I tapped out, which is ironic because I love that character.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But the show was such a fucking drag by that point. Damn shame.
The fucking Shane House stuff is still that mid-season finale is still some of the best fucking TV.
Was season 2, was that still Darabont, or did they kick him out after season 1?
No,
'Cause
he was gone season 1, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even remember what he did at this point. They kicked him out for doing something that they didn't like, right? He criticized somebody or something.
I thought it
don't
was a
even
money
remember
thing.
why.
Like, whatever he did, I don't remember, but I vaguely feel like whatever he did back then would be such a non-existent blip on the radar today.
I think
People
it
would
was
be like,
just he
"Yeah,
wanted
whatever."
more. I think he just wanted more money, and
Yeah, I think more money and more
he
like
literally
creative
just
control. I think it was
criticized
creative
someone.
too.
AMC
they were
wanted
like,
to
"Fuck this
reduce the
asshole."
budget.
Like, imagine that now. Like,
Oh,
the X-Men dude did something so bad they can't even tell us.
they
You know? Like,
yeah,
AMC settled with Darabont and CAA, agreeing to pay $200 million and future royalty payments.
200
Wow.
million? Jesus Christ.
So the show premiered in October 2010. He was fired in July 2011. So they had to have at least been in production on season 2.
Yeah, sure. That's fucking nuts. Wild.
Fucking Shane House.
What you got going on, Kelly?
Lee, you'll be proud of me. As we've
Oh.
been recording, so on Friday I went to the toy store next to my work and bought a old school Gridman / superhero or superhuman samurai cyber squad figure.
Nice.
That was obviously a child's toy at one point. And so while we were recording, I cleaned off all the paint scuffs and then used a silver marker to touch up his silver paint that was all fucked up.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yeah, so it looks pretty good now. So I'm pretty happy with
What
that.
you should do next is change the yellow to a slightly different yellow.
Oh,
God damn it.
So mean. When Lee posts pictures and he's like, I know, they're real close, but I swear to God, I did something.
It's subtle, but it's nice. Looks
How
really
you
nice
know
in
I'm in
person,
his
you
head?
fuck.
I see the
Living
details. I
rent-free.
see the details.
Yeah.
I fist
That's what I'm
bump.
gonna do to bears. I'm not even gonna physically assault them at first. I'm just gonna get in their mind.
Just gonna fucking roast them.
Yeah.
Have the bear so confused.
Yeah. And then last week was kind of rough just for just getting boxes of shit rained on me at work. Like everything got built up over the 4th of July weekend, so it was just raining shit down. So I didn't do a ton. But on Saturday, I did go see a movie, which we will talk about in a little while.
Hell yeah.
But when I was getting snacks, so me and my buddy Justin, whoever buys the tickets, the other person will get the snacks.
Oh, sucker.
Respectable.
So I was getting him I was getting the snacks, and you know he always halfway through the popcorn he wants to put butter and salt in there. You know, he asks the person that, and when he says that, I go, "Yep, that's why they call you Butter Boy." And then the guy ringing us up just goes, "Bro, that is a crazy nickname to use in front of people." He's like, just using that freely in front of the employees, bro. He goes, man, when those lights go out, we can't see what happens if you want to get them.
He didn't want to be called Butterboy. He shouldn't have gotten the nickname Butterboy. It's not your fault.
So then I talked about it the last time I went to the movies where I discovered I had like $80 of built up rewards points.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
So I was burning through more of that. So I give the card to the guy and he scans. He goes, God damn, you go to the movies too much. You took care of all of it.
You're like, don't you fucking judge me.
Yeah, that dude ruled. So then, see the movie, then check my phone and see the FriendCon message thread is blowing up, and then I see something about an assassination attempt, and I was like, wait, hold up, what happened?
Nothing like walking out of a serial killer movie and finding out about an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Was it Longlegs?
No, Longlegs would have finished the job.
Or had someone else do it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What if that kid, the shooter, had a giant ball bearing in his head?
No, we gotta stop.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. Yeah, we gotta stop. We'll get there. Sorry, Kristen. We'll get there.
For the record, Kristen, I did not say anything spoilery. It was those jokers.
You could have just kept moving.
Yeah,
It was just a question I asked.
You kept going.
Hypothetical. What's going on, Mahoney? How's the catio life?
Oh, catio life is a dream, Lee. Cats are loving it. Prepping for the family. It's July, which means everybody's on their way to my house.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's
This
on the
year-
way to your house for 3 weeks, give or take.
No, that's the thing.
What?
Thursday afternoon they come. Monday they're gone.
No.
actually
What?
have a normal amount of time.
Nice.
It's gonna be
Did
amazing.
you have to fucking put on the big boy pants and be like, look, motherfuckers?
Yes. I mean, for years, for like 2 years, I had to do that, and
Yeah.
finally, I got the acknowledgement. But yeah, and so one of them came early. The youngest, well, he's not the youngest nephew, but the youngest nephew from North Carolina. He came early last week to go to Lisa's sister's house, 2 towns over. And when they were working that out, I was like, okay, here's the deal. If she wants to invite him a week early, that's fine. But I don't want to have to be the one who like entertains them for the whole week. Like, I don't want it to be like he came to their house, but then they all just come over here to like hang out and do whatever. Like, that doesn't count. Like, it doesn't count as them entertaining him if like they just spend all their time here and then sleep at home. You know, like that's the same. And they were like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. So gets to be, I think he came last Thursday, and gets to be like last Tuesday. Melissa comes up to me and she's like, "Oh yeah, my sister was calling me today. She like pulled her neck. She complained she could like barely move." And I'm like, "Pulled her neck, you say? That's so strange. And what did the kid from North Carolina get? Is that in 2 days? Is it in 2 days? And she's got a pulled neck now and can barely move? That's so ironic." Lisa's like, "Oh god damn it." But it didn't play out that way. Because when they said he was coming up early, I was like, something's gonna go wrong, and we're gonna wind up having to take this kid for the whole week. But so far, so good. Didn't play out that way.
That's
So,
awesome.
Who knows?
Well,
We'll
we
see.
are sending you good vibes that Monday the house is empty.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
thing. It's like, you know, they intend to leave on Monday. Let's watch that play out. But,
They say they intend
Yeah.
to leave on Monday.
A lot of
Yeah.
moving
yeah,
parts.
exactly. There's been a lot of changed flights over the years.
Mm-hmm. A lot of pink starburst.
A lot of pink
Fucking
starburst.
pink
Katie keeps
starburst.
making fun of that.
Katie's
Yeah,
a
Katie's
real
getting
one.
to be that fun age where she's getting old enough to be in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, when Zoe hit that too, to this day, every once in a while Zoe will hit me up and be like, "Why the fuck are we doing this?" And I'm like, "That's a good question, baby. I've been wondering the same thing for you."
She knows to go to you. You'll give her the straight answer.
Oh yeah, for sure. I forget what it was, but there's something pretty recently that Nicole was like, I got this thing, whatever, but I don't want to do it." And I just went, "So then don't."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no, but I got
Try
this. This is gonna be such a pain in the ass." I'm like, "Well, then don't do it." I swear to God, I promise it's that easy. You just don't have to.
It is remarkable.
And it's like,
to,
okay,
like,
we're not saying don't do it just because we're sick of hearing about it. Like, legitimately, like, if you don't want to
Just
do
don't do it.
something, just don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, it's better that way.
If you would rather complain about doing something, then that's fine. We will deal with that as well.
Absolutely. But if
Lisa
you
had a
just don't want
job-
to do some shit, don't.
she had a job for most of her career where there was like a certain amount of work in a given day that had to be finished, and you just had to finish it. Like, you know, it was making payments to banks. Like, you had to make those payments. They had to go out, and if you couldn't make the payment until 7 o'clock at night, like, you were working till 7 to make the payment. Like, all the work of that day had to be done that day. And that's very nice, because at the end of the day, you have a pile of zero work. And the next day, you start with whatever your pile of work for that day is going to be. And now she's in a job, much like what I've had for my life and what many people have, where there's just an endless pile of work. And you have to just kind of choose what chunk you're going to do that day. You know, like, I'm going to achieve this much, and then I'm calling it a day. And it's a really hard transition. And at one point, she was just like, "Yeah, I like can't get through all this stuff, and I got so many meetings." And I was like, "Well, I mean, you just say, I'm doing this much, and that's how much you do. And then you call it a day. And she's like, but I can't just call it a day because I like didn't finish this, I didn't finish that. I'm like, yeah, but the pile of work will never finish. It will never
Yeah,
go
right,
away.
right.
So it
Yeah.
really doesn't matter what it looks like. Like, just take pieces off of it, work on it, leave the rest for another day. Like, but you know, other opinions are tough.
True. They are, in fact, tough. They're gonna work it out though. I really feel like my lady's gonna figure it out one day. She's gone on record many times in the recent weeks saying that she's running out of fucks to give, and I'm like, join me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Join
She's
me.
So close.
I've been there.
She's so close.
You gotta strike a delicate balance, though. One of you has to have absolutely zero fucks to give, and one of you has to have a few, just a couple.
Yeah,
of
you need some fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's never gonna empty the jar completely,
Right.
but I'm all fucked out.
Yeah. Somebody has to stop the other person from creating merch that might get us sued, you know?
That's true.
Yeah. Wait, that's me.
Yeah.
It's all of you white women.
Yep, team white women.
Oh, what a time. All right. So, with all that said, with all that fantastic preamble out of the way, we are going to talk about what did you say? Extended limbs? What did you say?
Lengthy limbs. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, lengthy limbs.
Since we are going to head into spoilers right now, I don't know if Jose or Mahoney, you want to hear any of this, but I was not impressed at the length of those legs.
Yeah.
I expected more.
I feel like I've seen longer.
Yeah, it could have been longer.
I expected longer legs.
Yeah, I've definitely seen longer.
Yeah. Oh,
That sounds
fuck.
like every Amazon DVD and Blu-ray review.
I know Rampage is only for the sickos, but did either of you watch Rampage this week?
Nope.
Yeah.
There was
I don't
a
really
wrestler.
remember anything about it.
I forget who he lost to. Maybe it was Roosh. It was a quick squash. I know this because by the time I Googled him, the match was already over. This big motherfucker had to have been 7'2", 7'3". His name is Ben Bishop, and he is
it was Roderick Strong.
Yeah, that
Roderick
dude was
Strong
huge.
beat
The
him.
guy was fucking enormous.
And they said he was a former goalie for the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a 7-foot-something dude is not who you put in a goalie net. And then
No.
I Googled pictures of this fucking tree. Jesus Christ. His
And
leg
he's
pads
bigger than the fucking net.
his leg pads are almost up to the crossbar. It's
That's
ridiculous.
insane.
It's nuts.
He's a fucking monster.
And you think as a goalie, you want to be stocky. You want to be like my dad or like Taz. You want to be short and short limbs and just be able to fill in the hole. And having to bend over that much, but I guess it gives you some longer limbs, some longer legs.
yeah.
But holy shit. I'm gonna have to talk to my dad about this fucking guy.
He's a big son of a bitch.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, that dude was huge.
So yes,
Nuts.
long legs.
So yes, long legs.
Tremendous film.
Really, really good. It is one of those that like I had built it up in my head a lot. 'Cause I've been reading about it for I feel like a year. It's been kind of on the festivals, and I'm a big horror guy, so I keep my ear to the ground on these kind of things. And so I was really hoping it wasn't going to be a letdown like that fucking Violent Nature. Oh, that was a bummer. It was a real fucking snooze fest of a movie. But long legs are the shit, you guys.
A lot of walking
It's so
in that violent nature, huh?
It's so much fucking walking. It's just walking and
Yeah,
I don't think I know this one.
the buzz really started this past week for me, where I started seeing the reviews and people were reacting to it. I'm like, man, I should probably go see this before it's completely ruined for me. I'm glad I did.
I didn't even hear about this one until Justin was like, "Hey, we going to see Long Legs?" And I was like, "Bro, I don't know what you're talking about."
You're like, that sounds like some weird shit I'd be into.
Yeah, I think my exact reply was, "Hey, it's your boy, Out of Touch Kelly. what is this movie?
But no, it's awesome. So Maka Monroe, who I first saw in It Follows many years ago, which is also another kick-ass movie.
Yeah, you turned me on to It Follows, and I thought that was a really cool movie.
Yeah, the movie's dope as fuck. It's very good. Like from the jump, like right away, this is not a movie that's fucking around, which I really respect.
Yeah,
like
you got to these days. You gotta grab them.
But I also there's something about, I'm trying to think of the way to say it. It absolutely works in the confines of the movie, right? Like you expect the supernatural elements to not be supernatural elements. That's kind of like the way you've seen these movies before, right? Like you know, like you're kind of waiting for the turn to come because it's it's not really like evil magic shit, right? It's got to be something else. It's got to be, right? That kind of thing. So it makes sense that there is a supernatural element in the world, as the world that is, its rules are explained to us over the course of the movie. But I will say that like pseudo psychic FBI agent is kind of lazy when he needs to be like, oh, how did I find it? I fucking went over there. because my hunch told me to go over there, so I went over there, and that's how I found the thing. Like
I took it, and this might have been because of what Kelly said before I saw it, but the predictions I thought was part of her autism. Because I
described the movie as the most anxious autistic girl solves crimes.
Because they have her sit down and do those weird ass tests,
which is never brought up again.
Right. Which in its own, like on its own, is a fucking weird, creepy scene.
Yeah.
And I saw that scene and I thought to myself, I want to do that. That looks fun. What I would do.
Yeah, what did you see, Lee?
Yeah, right? No, you know what I saw? Never once the thing that she said she saw.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting. Which is interesting. Like, because I guess you probably wouldn't see the same shit I saw either. It's pretty cool. I liked it. But she's wonderful. The entire supporting cast is wonderful. Nick Cage is so goddamn creepy.
He's so good in this movie.
Just beyond unsettling.
He's never been this scary before.
No. Did you see the video that went around last week? I think it's kind of part of the marketing where I guess the first time that they made it so that the first time Maka Monroe saw Nick Cage in his full long legs costume, like with the makeup and all the crazy shit. The first time she ever saw that was when they were filming the scene where she goes into interrogate him.
Oh, that's fucked. I love that.
So like they kept him completely under wraps, like they wanted to make sure that she didn't see him. That way, like some piece of the performance would be completely real, right? So they put the video up and they had kind of like all their angles, whatever. The way you couldn't see long legs either when you were watching the video, but they said that her resting heart rate is 70 beats per minute. The first takes of filming that scene, her heart reached 160 beats a minute because he was freaking her the fuck out so hard. And I'm like, yes, now I have to see this fucking picture. How am I not going to watch this movie?
I saw a post today that said, you expect Nicolas Cage to be this crazy method actor, but, after they shot that scene or whatever, they're at lunch and he leans over to her and goes, I'm a big fan of you.
Fucking love it. And I read the writer-director was talking about how he's Nick Cage and he's, one of the most prominent actors of our fucking generation. Like, he's a legend. And between takes he would kind of go off and, keep to himself. But, when I would ask him questions, he would still respond to me as Nicolas fucking Cage.
Yeah.
He's not some method actor goddamn weirdo.
Yeah.
Which I really thought was great. That he was like, fuck these guys.
Starts going, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Right, yeah. And I like
bit-
how
When we
Go ahead,
first
go ahead.
saw him like screaming in the car,
oh,
so unsettling.
and I like that they were very deliberate in their reveal of him, but it never felt like fucking Wilson on Home Improvement. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a
Yeah.
like a gag. You know, it was
Yeah.
like they would just make sure that when he was in stuff, he would be either kind of slightly out of frame or from a weird angle where you couldn't really get a good look at him until it was time to get a good look at him. And that meant that when it finally happened, you're just like, ugh,
Yeah.
because you've gotten glimpses up until that point. This
It was just like, look at this fucking freak.
Yeah.
Rocky Dennis looking freak.
And
Yeah,
so
very- yeah.
what I want to know what you guys think about this is, so obviously he's wearing makeup.
sure.
Is that the character's face, or is the character wearing this weird ass makeup?
Two things. So the white I saw, Nicolas Cage said his mom used to put on like cold cream at night, white cold cream, and he always thought
Okay.
it was fucking freaky. So that was one of the choices to make him
Okay.
all white. But then I saw something today that also suggested that, or maybe it was somebody involved in the production that was like, they researched plastic surgery of the era, and he's just trying to make himself beautiful for the devil, but he doesn't have the money and they didn't have the technology back then, so he's just getting a bunch of botched plastic surgeries.
Huh, okay.
Like
That's
some
so fucking gnarly.
Some
Oh my
Jack
God.
Napier Joker back alley shit.
Ah, that's so good.
But then it's also like the reveal of his hobby said to me that maybe he's done that to himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. Yeah, because he's this like master craftsman of dolls. Yeah, I think so yes. So it's white makeup, but that is his fucked up face for whatever reason.
That's what I get from it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I dig that.
Because the white, he talks about how white and pure like the house was.
Yes.
So he's definitely trying to make himself like monotone, just
Yeah.
white. A lot of Pennywise vibes in that opening scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the circle back on that, I will be the first one to tell you, I did not see that shit coming at all.
No.
There was something I did see coming because it wasn't that though. But
It was your mom.
I went into this expecting like 7. I was hoping for something very 7-esque. And it is. It is along those same lines as 7. Very like the atmosphere, the mood of it, the tone. But that also had me thinking about the twist of 7. So when she drives the captain home or whatever, and he's like, "Come and meet my family," she's like, "Do I fucking have to?"
Oh, I love that so much. I gotta tell
So
you,
good.
I was into her entire vibe.
Yeah, she's great.
Like everything she said or did, I'm like, I fucking feel you, sis. Like I was into her
It was
whole everything.
the neurodivergent in you.
Yeah, it might be that, yes. But I was like, yes, fucking preach, lady.
Yeah, he.
The second they were like, "Oh, you should come to the birthday party," I was like, "Something bad's happening."
Yep. That's probably where this is gonna end, isn't it? At the little girl's
Yep.
birthday party, because that's the first thing Longlegs says is, "If it isn't the most
Oh,
birthday
God.
girl."
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, and that whole bit about like the birthdays thing is all fucked up and wild, and just
Yeah.
the fucking magic doll brains it's all unsettling. It's all fucked up.
The
all
dolls are
so
so
fucked up.
fucked.
I like that when they found the one that was buried, like at that exact moment, the homegirl woke up in the fucking asylum, like, oh shit, now
Yeah.
she's awake because they brought her doll out of the floorboards of this shitty barn. Oh, it's so crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it was right around that point when I'm like, is this motherfucker really magic?
Yeah.
Like, is this shit for real? What? Like, huh?
When the
There was a part of me wondering, is Longlegs really her dad?
huh.
Because we never her
Anything
dad
about her
was
dad, do
never
we?
was
Yeah,
never
no.
acknowledged.
Well, and that was the thing.
I don't think he is, but I was wondering. I'm like, wait, is that where this is going?
I was confused because the pattern was. I thought it was families of 4, but then
Not always, no.
okay, but then that
No, because like the main family that like where the girl got away, like the dad killed like the pastor and his wife,
and the mom
and the
yeah.
daughter wasn't even home, right?
Right.
So it's not always 4s, but it's always families,
Yeah.
makes sense.
which is super fucking dark.
That was another thing. It was so they bring her onto the case because she picks the fucking house out of nowhere and says the guy's in there, and they go in and fucking dude gets shot, and that's where the guy was the whole time. Completely unrelated case, and they're like, all right, well, we got to bring this chick onto Longlegs because she's got some abilities. And
Good as some wild shit. Let me tell you, we got some wild shit.
yeah, Blair Underwood's kind of catching her up with everything and telling her about all the crime scenes over the years, and she asks, well, what happened to the kids? And Blair Underwood's like, you'll see that in the file. And it's like, okay, well, they left that kind of ambiguous, so I was almost expecting the kids not to be murdered, or
Instead, they're murdered horrifically.
yeah.
Yeah. Lee, have you played Control?
Control.
Yes.
This felt like a Control DLC to me.
Yeah, no, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's very much in like that vein, like the Sam Lake games, like all of his like Alan Wake and that stuff. It very much felt like his vibe.
Yeah, and that's
Especially
that,
doing
you know,
the
that's high praise.
flashback in like the square, where it's like, yeah, they'll do that in those games too, with just like, hey, look at this little video or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna do this part. We're gonna film this part for starters. We're gonna film it and we're gonna put it in full frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the deal with the director?
But what's
I've never
Osgood
seen
Perkins?
anything of his before. All I know is that he was in Legally Blonde.
Yes.
In my little bit of research.
He was in Legally Blonde, but he is Osgood Perkins. He is Anthony Perkins' son,
Whoa.
who played Norman Bates in Psycho.
No shit.
And apparently, a lot of Osgood Perkins' movies revolve around the fact that, you know, his dad was a closeted gay man who, I think he died of AIDS, and just kind of how that affected his family of, you know, keeping these secrets and.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I saw a post after I
Look
saw
at you
the
turn
movie.
your trauma into something good, Osgood Perkins. All right.
I saw a post that was like, some people are saying that Longlegs is queer phobic, and I'm like, what? Where?
Are they? Are they?
Where?
Yeah.
Point to me
Fucking
on the long
show
legs.
your work.
Yeah, point
Yeah.
to me on the long legs where it's queer phobic.
Fuck are you talking about? That is someone who heard that Nick Cage wears makeup in the movie
Yeah.
and decided to fucking make a big TikTok about how queer phobic the movie is without ever seeing a frame of it.
I guess like there is some connotation with like Buffalo Bill is kind of queer phobic, and if you make that parallel,
But that's a different movie.
yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
movie. But if you're getting the same vibes as a Buffalo Bill, I could see somebody making that connection. But
Yeah,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
a fucking idiot.
not a sane
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, not a person with any kind of media literacy.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying total attention to if they popped any dates up on the screen or anything like that. But at one point, I'm like, why does the FBI director have a picture of Bill Clinton? Oh, this is set in the She's calling on a payphone. This is set in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool being old enough that a time period from your childhood makes it a period film now. That's
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things were scarier back then.
Yeah.
Didn't have
you want
cell
to set
phones.
this movie during a time when you were a child? Guess what? It's gonna be way more expensive.
Yeah.
You got to buy all this old shit.
Yeah, it's if you think about it, it's like when we were kids watching movies that are set in the 40s.
Yeah.
I actually made this comment to Zoe just the other day about how, like, if today you watch a movie from 2004, right? Let's say 20 years ago, right? So if you watch a movie today from 2004, like, there will probably be some hints that it's, not from today, but that gap is so much smaller than if you watched a movie in 2004 from 1984. Like, the leap in those 20 years versus this 20 years is wild.
Yeah.
Like, like people still more or less dress the same. The cars all look kind of the same as they did. Like, it's not a massive jump. Like when you looked at something from the 80s in 2000, it's such a huge leap there, but not now.
You can almost look at them as like chunks. Like the 80s and 90s were one 20-year decade, and then 2004 to 2024 is its own 20-year decade.
Yeah, kind of.
Screaming 20s.
Yeah, 60s and 70s go together.
Yeah, 40s and 50s.
Yeah, 20s and 30s.
Yeah, we need 20 years basically for design aesthetics to update.
Yeah.
And in Star Wars in 20 years, they've completely changed their fleets of ships. You don't recognize a single vehicle.
Man, the scene of Longlegs smashing his head in
Oh my god.
is so insane.
Up until that point, I was like, Mary might be able to hang with this movie. And then he just hollows out his face with a table.
Over and over again. Like,
It's so crazy.
And just the way it splatters on her.
Yes.
She was getting splattered on all movie. Her fucking homeboy partner, long legs,
Yep.
mom.
her fucking mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her character has a really fucking rough week.
Yeah.
It's a real rough week.
She won though. She fucking did it.
Yeah. Did either of you see the mom twist coming? Because I didn't.
No, not even a little bit.
No, I was too hung up on I knew what the last scene was gonna be that I missed. You think you're assuming it's the girl from the insane asylum, but then she jumped off the roof and
And then the bit where she wakes up in Longlegs' basement, reveal that it's her own house.
yeah,
That was so fucking gnarly.
the man
And he's just-
downstairs.
Been there all this time.
Longlegs says, "Why don't you ask your mom?"
About the man downstairs.
The man downstairs.
What are you talking about?
It's a combination between Paul Bearer and the pedophile from Family Guy.
You
And
know
a
what?
little-
Yeah, that's pretty
a little
good.
bit of Elvis in there too, because Nicolas Cage can't get away from Elvis. I saw a fucking Photoshop of long legs on Hot Ones.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Someone just walked in from off camera and fucking hit Sean Evans with an axe.
So I watched
There was the bit where they, when he goes into the store,
Okay, I was about to
And
bring
the-
that up. Yes.
and the girl is just like, "Dad, that weirdo's back." And
What?
then that made me realize, I'm like, I have 100% rung up some serial killer and not known it.
What was he buying? It was earplugs and something else.
Oh, I don't even remember.
And I was just trying to figure out what kind of clues we were getting from that. And then the Half in the Bag Red Letter Media on Longlegs suggested that it was because that girl recognized him, and her, like, he comes in there and is a freak a couple times, but then they've got the Polaroid, so they're the ones that essentially ID'd him, is the theory?
Yeah, I think they are for sure.
When he's standing at the fucking bus stop.
Yes.
And all the cops come pulling, he's just like, doo, 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 just getting on a bus, don't mind me.
With his little suitcases.
Suitcases full of fucking letters.
I gotta get out of town.
I told you guys, I got to my theater at, 2:40. It was a 2:45 showing. They played a commercial for like all of their classic movies that they're going to be showing over the next couple of months. There was a Meta AI commercial. I forgot about this. And then the movie started. I was shocked.
Crazy.
It was 2:47 and the movie was starting. I was like, I'm so fucking glad I didn't dawdle, because I would have missed probably the 2 opening scenes.
Yeah.
And when that title card hits, and I forget what song it was, but I almost pumped my fist. I was like, I'm so fucking locked in right now.
It's so good.
Just one of those moments where you're just perfectly centered on the screen. You don't see anyone else. And it's just the audio's blaring. It's like, I fucking love the movies. Nicole Kidman knows what's up, Lee.
Yeah, so we went to see it at AMC. And so not only did we get a shitload of trailers, which I don't mind, because they were new ones I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, and I was kind of excited for some neon trailers.
Whatever wild neon shit's coming out. Yeah, right. So I don't mind the trailers for horror pictures in particular. But, it starts and it's like this fucking jag-off. Like, it starts with an idea. And it fucking goes to this whole thing about, and then it becomes a movie that you're going to go see here at AMC, whatever. And it's like, I saw that, which felt like it took forever, and then all the trailers, and then they did an abridged version of the Nicole Kidman gimmick, which is strange, because they still do the, like, because here they are line, but it's in a different place, so it doesn't quite make sense. And I don't know why they felt they need to shave off 15 seconds 2.5 years into this fucking nonsense, but it drives me fucking nuts, because I look at Nicole at one point, I think it was during the Nicole Kidman one, and I'm like, we're here. We're already here. It's like, what, you may as well just show us a trailer for the movie we're about to fucking watch. Like, you're average, like, we're already in the house. Like, we're familiar with AMC, y'all. Come on. We're in the building. I hate it. I hate it so much. Fucking Moira Rose sounding ass. I don't care for it. But Long Legs is great. Highly recommend. I can't say enough good things about it. It's
no,
awesome.
we were talking about on the ride home, like, is that our movie of the year so far? And I think it probably is, honestly, because I figured out the only movies I've seen this year are Longlegs, Furiosa, and Madam Web. And I think as much as I really did enjoy Furiosa, I think I liked Longlegs more.
You know what Longlegs has going for it, besides just being a well-crafted thriller horror movie, is it's an hour and 41 minutes long.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah.
It fucking moves. And apparently Maxine is short too, so we gotta get on
Not crazy long. Yeah, it's worth. Yeah, Maxine, you gotta see. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is out now on VOD. It's fucking tremendous. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. That's not a short one, is it?
No, that's a good meat on that bone, but it's very, very good. But no, movies are great, man. Horror movies this year are being pretty kick-ass. There's a bunch of new stuff on Shudder that's worth watching. I haven't watched stop motion yet, but I hear it's pretty cool.
All right.
I also heard that In a Violent Nature was some next level shit. The movie's boring as fuck. So your mileage may vary on any of this, but
so like the elevator pitch I saw for In a Violent Nature, it's all of in like a Friday the 13th movie, when the victim is running around and Jason's kind of in the bushes or he's sneaking around or whatever. But in a violent nature is you're just following Jason the entire time he's like stalking people. And it's just like there's a lot of not happening where he's just traveling from victim to victim.
Yeah, it's not a bit. It's probably 80% not happening. Nothing happening. Like it's
the Lord of the Rings of murder.
It's boring as fuck. Like it's crazy. Like it's a lofty premise, but in execution, it is beyond boring. It's so fucking boring.
You got to give Longlegs some credit too for there's the only jump scares are when they show you like the chapter title cards and they blare the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Chapter 2.
Yeah, based on the trailer, I was really worried it was just going to be full of jump scares.
But then
not.
There's shots where, she's in the center of the frame, but then there's an open doorway to the right. So you're expecting something to either walk through the frame or appear in the doorway, and it doesn't. And it's like, that's even better.
Yeah, it's so tense. It's so tense.
Because you never get that. It's the movie version of edging.
Edging. I'm about to say, it's just edging the whole fucking movie.
So I'm reading through... I'm reading through this article on Polygon right now about the why he looked so fucking weird. And apparently the idea was that he got a bunch of plastic surgery.
Right.
That was all fucked up and botched because he wanted to make himself pretty for the devil.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the same thing that I saw, I think. The wording is very similar.
And then one thing I guess that Nicolas Cage wanted to do that they never figured out how to work in is he wanted to rip off his nose completely.
Well, I mean, they kind of worked it in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
He didn't pull it off, but he smashed that bitch into oblivion.
Almost implied that there wasn't an actual nose there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that it just kind of left a hole.
Just a hole.
When he smashed it. Like, oh, it's so great. So great. But yeah, that's a good point. Like, it's not a big jump scary movie. Like, one of the trailers they did show was like Smile 2. And, I remember walking out of Smile 1 being like, oh, that was just jump scare the fucking movie. Like, there's no meat on the bone. It's just spooky face. Like, it's like fucking adult peekaboo. Expect a lot of the same shit from the second one, but it does have a homegirl from the Power Ranger movie in it, and I like her. She's pretty good.
Which one?
The girl who plays Kimberly in the movie.
Okay.
And she was Jasmine in the Aladdin
live
action. Did a bunch of shit. Yeah, she's great. I like her a lot, so I might check it out. I mean, shit, I got the movie pass, might as well. But yeah, it's not a big dumb jump scary movie. It's it's a smart movie. You got to pay attention to it. Sorry, Mahoney. It is. It's not overly gory, like excessively violent, but the moments of violence it has are so gnarly.
Yeah.
It's not like Saw, where like every 10 minutes something crazy happens, right? Like there are only a few moments where you're like, oh, but when that happens, they happen.
Yeah, like 3 specific moments I can think of off the top of my head.
Just, oh, god damn, okay. Oh, that's what we're doing. It's tremendous.
What is our theory as to what the black smoke was that, exited the doll's head and exited her head as well? Did that free her? Did that kill something
I think
in her?
He's somehow able to like put a bit of their spirit in them somehow or something.
Yeah, it seems almost like, like it's a bit of their essence.
Yeah, that bit is definitely mystical.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying there's some real mystical shit happening. This like, in this world, I would say the devil is very much real, and Longlegs knows that guy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one of those for sure. But I think it's a little piece of their essence because it affects the survivors. Like it affected the girl in the asylum, right? Like so, it's definitely connected to them. And it seems like maybe. Like it gave her, I mean, it almost had to have. It gave her a bit of a blind spot to him. because he was in her mom's fucking house,
Right.
Yeah.
And he knew
Would
he was gonna be there long term.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I'm
you
setting up
say,
shop here.
Lee, would you say, Lee, that these mystical situations would be evidence of danger, and that perhaps they should watch themselves?
Mr. Cow.
God damn it! There it. I'm like, what the fuck you going with this?
Somebody
I
bring
got you,
Jose
man.
back. We're making Mystical references in 2024.
But like, he knows full well, like he's, the fucking deal is, I'm not gonna kill your kid, but I'm gonna fucking shack up and be your buddy downstairs for a hot ass minute. It's gonna be real gross, and you're gonna go a little crazy, mom. But that's just them's the fucking breaks, So, given like how, like I said, almost otherworldly perceptive that she is, I feel like that kind of put blinders on her for this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, she only found him and cracked the code because he let her. Like, he wanted her to do it. Like, he was, he was setting the stage for his last fucking thing. He was completing this triangle, for the fucking devil. He knew he was on the way out on purpose.
All right.
So I think
That first case, do we think it's completely unrelated, or was that part of the plan to get her on his case? Because
I think he was just kind of like, show me what you're working with. And
that was a very weird circumstance where she guessed the house. The house was covered in plastic, and then the dude's just waiting there to be taken away.
but like, none of the other killers made that kind of preparation.
Yeah, I think that one was just unrelated. It may have sped up Longlegs' plans.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
When the coroner dissects the doll,
Oh, that dude's a little freak.
and he
That dude is
says,
such a fucking freak.
he says to them, so check this out, when I put this fucking microphone up against this ball bearing, and he's like, last night, I swear it kept talking about my ex-wife.
It's so gross.
It's like, what's that, ball bearing? You want me to kill my ex-wife? Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, it's empty, but it has mass. There's something in there, but there's nothing in there. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
I had seen posts about the incompetent gay insane asylum director. So when I got to that scene, I was like, all right, this is what I'm here for. And they're like, so do you ID people when they check in as a visitor? And he says, we should probably do that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good idea.
sounds like a good idea, but no.
Good idea. That's definitely a pre 9/11 dude right there.
Yeah, right. That's how you know it's a period piece.
Yeah, we don't generally ID people because we just want people to come and go as they please and molest the inmates however they would like.
That was one of my favorite bits in that Totally Killer movie that came out last year on Amazon, the time travel slasher.
Hot
Where,
Tub
like,
Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine with a serial killer, where she goes back in time to the 80s or whatever, and she, walks into the school office. She's like, yeah, I'm transferring from a school in Iceland or whatever. And she's just like, here's your schedule.
Yeah.
You don't want to see my ID? Or whatever. It's like, you're going to be late to class. Fuck off. Oh, God. They didn't give a fuck back then. I told Zoe one time, I said, yeah, I remember, there was a thing back in the 80s where, 10 o'clock at night, the TV would come on and it'd be like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Because bitches they didn't know.
Reminding you to check in on them.
Yeah.
Are they hawk tooing on some boy right now?
Are they spitting on that thing? Mom, that's real good.
Intro.
You should watch it. Great.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Yep. Now you can come back. Everybody was waiting for spoilers.
Make sure you get there on time.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Listen, two things I'm not gonna do is get there on time or pay attention. So, we're gonna see how this goes.
You know what, Mahoney? I think you should show up whenever the fuck you feel like showing up, and then give us your long legs review.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested to see
That's
what
what
it
I
would
was
be.
gonna do. That's the plan.
Mahoney's gonna
I gotta tell
catch.
you.
When I get there.
He's gonna catch long legs on Stars 3 years from now, and he's gonna come on the podcast with his review, and he's gonna be like, you know what? Legs weren't real long. Kind of disappointed. Kind of average legs.
But even like, you know, the way the one time he ever referred to himself as long legs, it was just so unsettling and gross and just ugh. Ugh.
The
Not
the
great.
discourse online is Generation Z is like, yeah, don't we all just make fun of Nicolas Cage because he's a bad actor? And it's like, hell, hold on, young one. You don't
Right.
just get to cast one of our greatest living actors as a bad actor because
Yeah.
of the memes that you have seen. Yes,
Yeah.
he is definitely bad in some things that he's acted in, but he is never not put in 100%.
Oh,
Right.
exactly. Yeah,
and he's
no,
he's not an Oscar winner by accident.
No, that man acts his ass off.
Acts his fucking ass off.
Like even like I remember I seen him talk about somebody was talking about one time about like that whole period where he was just the king of like direct to DVD movies, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, he was like, I'll never talk shit about those movies. He said, I did some of my best. I feel like I did some really great work on those movies. You know, like where they were all
Yeah.
they weren't all great movies, but I'm not going to talk shit about one of them.
And-
I worked my ass off on those movies, and I'm like, yeah, Nick Cage, here you go.
And they helped pay for my dinosaur bone bills.
Exactly. All that said, you should also seek out and watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It is also
Mhm.
tremendous. It is a great Nicolas Cage movie.
And Dream Scenario is streaming currently as well.
I have
Which-
not seen that yet, but I am totally into it.
Yeah.
I really want to check that out. That's out, and then Arcadia is out now.
Arcadia's got some wild creature designs. They kind of
Yeah.
reviewed Longlegs and Arcadia at the same time on Half in the Bag, and some weird shit.
Yeah, they look cool, and I haven't seen The Color of Space yet. That looks really cool. It's like a Lovecraftian
Mostly
story.
black.
Yeah. I think you can stream Pig on Amazon. Willy's Wonderland, I think, is on Hulu, and that's a
Wow,
fucking
Willy's
wild
Wonderland
time.
is so good.
Yeah.
I've heard Pig is very good.
Yeah, I need to watch Pig.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. That one's supposed to be really, really good. Versions of the
Remember-
Ghostland is not just the She and Sono movie with Nick Cage and Bill Moseley. It is a fucking fever dream of a movie in the best possible way. Tons of fun.
Remember that 3-year
shit.
period where Nick Cage was the biggest action star in the world?
Yeah, it's insane. Like, and I remember I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Zoe recently because she's, you know, big Pedro Pascal fan, and she's kind of discovering Nicolas Cage. And there's that clip they show in that movie of Con Air, and you're like, God damn, he was fucking huge in Con Air. Like, he was fucking enormous in those movies. Like, his arms were huge.
Gotta have huge arms to tell people to put the bunny back in the box. You can't do
Shut your
that
goddamn
with small
mouth, Gen
arms.
Zers.
But what a
I didn't make the
run
bunny
of The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off in like 2 to 3 years.
Right.
Face Off. I would try to explain
Yeah.
the premise of Face Off to Zoe, and she's like, "Wait, so they just switch their faces?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she said, "Aren't they like not even close to the same size?" I said, "No, they are not. They are not at all. No."
Who would have thunk some 20 years after Face Off came out that John Travolta would be the weirder one of the two?
Right. Ugh. That fucking guy. I don't know what that fucking guy's doing now. I have no idea. You know what he's not doing? Making a fucking long legs type picture. I promise you that.
Like me.
Yep.
He did that movie with Fred Durst
That's right.
where he played an autist.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It
but
was it
sounds
called
ridiculous?
it was called like The Fan or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was Fred Durst directed it, and it was John Travolta as some autistic weirdo fan of Devon Sawa. You know, Devon Sawa playing some famous actor. That's not Devon Sawa.
I have never heard of this, but everything you're talking about right now sounds like a Mad Lib.
And then he did the Gotti movie that was movie pass produced. And they astroturfed the reviews.
Yeah, that's one where I remember it's whenever you hear things like the worst movie ever made, not a good sign your career's in a good spot.
Yeah.
And John Travolta got some of them Bryan Singer vibes, so I think he's laying low
A little bit.
because of that. He's got a type. And
sure.
and a reputation apparently.
Huh.
Texting dudes at 3 a.m.
Super chill. Super chill. Nothing to see here. It's totally fine. All right. So we'll be back next week. We'll talk about something else. Probably.
Who
We'll talk about
knows
something
how
else.
many failed assassination attempts between now and then?
I got to tell
Who
you,
knows?
it would be really interesting if there were several.
It's
Not gonna
really
lie.
exciting to think about how much can change between Popcast episodes.
Yeah,
Because
it's wild.
things just
True.
move so fast these days.
Like, how? I mean, look. I'm trying to think how. Fuck it. I'll just say it. It'd be really fucking wild if this was a pattern and, like, they couldn't leave. This motherfucker can't leave without, ducking and covering. It'd be an insane way to live.
Yeah.
But it'd be nuts to see.
What if, since this is the season finale of America, and in like episodic television, you set something up in the early seasons and it comes back to bite you in the later seasons.
Yep.
What if COVID cases are up again? What if COVID came back to get Trump and Biden?
That'd be wild. That'd be fucking nuts.
What if Biden has had COVID like these past 3 weeks and they're just pumping him just all, full of all kinds of vitamins just to keep
Honestly,
him
I
upright?
could see that.
The one address that
so
he
much
did,
adrenochrome.
not the one from the Oval Office, but he did one at a podium Saturday afternoon or maybe it was Sunday. But as he's leaving the room, he had like the Mr. Burns T-Rex arms as he was
Yes.
shuffling out.
He looked rough.
After that debate, they decided, okay, we need to put Joe on TV as much as possible so people can see that he's doing great. And
Yeah.
it has not helped the case.
Because like, look, I defy you to put any 82-year-old dude on TV and have him come across as super with it.
There is
like,
one
fuck.
person who is similar in age to Joe Biden and Donald Trump who's still out there every night fucking killing it, and it's Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I thought you were gonna say Ric Flair.
I want Mick Jagger to tell me how to start things up or how to get satisfaction. I don't need him running our country.
No.
That's right. I mean, if you got to pick an old dude, go for fucking Jagger. Why not?
I mean,
he got legs.
Not an American-born citizen, so he's
Ah,
ineligible.
what? How fucking nuts is like that's the cutoff? They're like, look, yes, sure, you could be an octogenarian.
Yeah.
You can be a convicted felon. You can have incited a violent insurrection. But if you were born on the wrong patch of dirt, I'm sorry.
That's just too weird for us.
Well, remember that's how they were trying to get
Obama
disqualified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to be a proper country, and now we won't let Mick Jagger be the president.
Because he was born on the wrong patch of dirt.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah.
All right. Join us next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages For Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, and our good buddy Mahoney, I'm Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Talk to you fuckers next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
Fucking Google something.
Demonetize this.
Holy shit.
Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
I didn't want to say it.
Demonetize this.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
Demonetize this.
You fucking
Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Demonetize this.
fucking Google ass bitch. That's it.